things that most lovers do. Girl, but you got to ignore me. Try your very best to avoid me. So, yeah, you know what I'm gonna do, baby. Ooh. On your kiss. Girl, you know it's what I've been missing. My girl. Ooh. Oh, baby. Got the things to do. No one can see. No, no. On your hug and then your kiss. I've been missing. No.
Wow, let me tell you something. We can't stop. We can't stop right now. Can't stop. Don't stop.
Let the
We'll
light
never,
of this world
we'll never
rest
stop.
upon your shoulders. You
Grand
turn
Risings, family,
around
Grand Risings.
and
Welcome
sing
to the
this
galaxy of the
song.
we.net.
Yeah.
It's a Friday. It's a Friday.
Let's write a song like David would play on his harp.
Sometimes it's our time to begin.
When you say you love, it must be from your heart. Oh yes, we need justice now, so let's all make a start. I say, equality is not just talk. We can save humanity. Da 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 da. We can save humanity. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come together, you and me. Come together, my people. Oh Lord. Man sees his hopes and aspirations crumbling before his face. Yet he knows not where he's drifting to. But the light of this world, it rests upon your shoulders. Sing along. Sa-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. We can save humanity. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come together, you and me. Sa-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Come together, you and me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Da 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 da. Da da. Yeah. Da da da. Human being on the planet Earth was created equal. I and I must build this community. Stand
This
up
community,
for
yes.
justice and righteousness, yeah. And to the people, tell them where I'm going. A judge commandment we defend every day. Let's write a song like David would play on his harp. Come again. When you say you love, it must be from your heart. Yes, we need justice now. Let's all make a start. I say, equality is not just talk. We can save humanity.
Na 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 na. We can save humanity. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Come together, you and me.
Na 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 na. We can save humanity. People of this world have courage and no sexual living.
Look like them change up things, pan me.
Fear of the evil one.
Right, let me just
He can take control.
So come for you.
Lion of Judah, he breaketh every chain. So come along.
Da 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 da.
Oh yeah, come along, yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come together, you and me. Da 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 da.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Da 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 da.
Yes, I. What a beautiful risings. What a beautiful risings we have on this beautiful day. Let the sun come and bless you. Let it bathe you.
I really wanna see you, baby. Oh, I never wanna see you go. Do you wanna see me, baby? Could you do something to my soul? Yeah. You made me wanna do things that I don't ever do. Kinda wanna show you. If it's close, so I'll be on your mind like all the time. Don't you wanna be mine? You made me wanna do things that I don't ever do. I wanna show you. If it's close, so I'll be on your mind like all the time. Don't you wanna be mine? Can just define what you and I. It's right. Something special and around you. It's true. And just look in your smile. Light as ice, energy is just right. You made me wanna do things that I don't ever do. And I wanna show you. If it comes, I'll be on your mind like all the time. Don't you wanna be mine? You made me wanna do things that I don't ever do. And I wanna show you. If it's cold, so I'll be on your mind like all the time. Don't you wanna be mine? Can just define what you inside. Oh, sweeter.
Taking that musical start for the show this rising here. You know, just sharing some messages. Yeah, just sharing those messages of wow, what could I say? Those messages of art form of music, you know, lyrics that come.
Morning, go away, hey. And give me some sunshine.
Why don't we all need some? We really need some of that sunshine right now.
You're not welcome here today. No, 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 no.
Hold on. Hear them lyrics. Hear them lyrics. What I'm saying? Bible say?
Misty morning, go away, hey. And give me some sunshine. You're not welcome here today. No, 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 no.
Sorry about this. Hold on. Don't know what happened there. That was wrong. That was wrong. That was wrong of me. That was wrong of me. I don't know what happened there. That I do know what happened, but I'm not going to admit it. This rising, yes, sir. Right. I'm not going to admit it this rising. Anyhow, welcome to the galaxy of we.net here on the Grand Rising Show. Wow, what a beautiful rising we're gonna have this. Hold on. I see a brother after my try touchdown from him. Greetings, my brother. Right, listen, I'm live on the line. You know, you go on the other line here. Right. Right. Listen. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me just see what can connect you up here, sir. Hold on. Just a second, my brother. Right. Let's see if we can make this work again. Yes, we got you. Greetings, brother.
Yeah, Grand Rising, brother Aston. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, you know. I'm blessed, man. I just, you know what? I just needed to when you just need to just blow out some tunes that, you know, to get you into the right frame of mind, you know. So
Most certainly. I mean, I heard you mention that we can do with some sunshine. I can do with some sunshine right now myself.
it looked like it's raining all over the world.
I'm telling you, we had some rain the other night. My Lord, it was so serious. You know, and you just hear the thunder just now. I mean, it started again. Well, I went swimming this morning. I went for a couple of hours, and I just came out to sea, and it started to rain.
Well,
and along with the rain, it goes along the thunder.
Wow. All I know that it seems like there's something in the air that is just everywhere. Just seems to be how can I say? There's a lot of electric in the air right now. Yeah. a lot of electric in the air. You know, so maybe it's a transition, man. Maybe it's the times of transition for the change, the transition. When I say transition, I mean change of how everything is going to be right now. Because even as we go through our change in life, right, the planet does it as well. So
Well, exactly. I mean, and I can remember from 75, 75 when we had that very hot summer in England. I could never forget it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the killer summer was about 5 months of continuous sun.
Sunshine, yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I mean, and from since then, the climate, the weather climate change in England since 1975, because before that we used to get a lot of snow and things like that. London hardly see any snow.
That's right.
For years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a very big change from the regular snow that used to fall every winter.
Yeah, every winter. I tell you, yeah, because I am of that age of where I remember there was definitely seasonal changes, right? What right now? Why you could get all the seasons in one day sometimes.
Well, yeah, and you were, in fact, I came in late yesterday because I'm having a problem with the internet here. But you all were talking about again the same thing about the changes and what we need to do with ourselves and so forth. And I wanted to bring this to your attention because as I said, I keep going back to that little island of mine because it has taught me so many things. And I remember when Hurricane Hugo came, right? And Hurricane Hugo came, and I went down. I was in England at the time, but I went down a few days afterwards because the whole country was devastated. The whole island, I mean, it's like 90-something% of the country was damaged. Like most of the houses, their roof were gone. Even churches totally destroyed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And evergreen.
I remember that was like a total, absolute disaster. Right? When you talk about the entire island was just devastated. It didn't miss nobody. I remember that one, man.
I'm telling you. Well, I'm telling you, I learned so much from that hurricane because you go there and there was people just walking around in a trance because the horrors of that hurricane. I mean, there was a guy who was a pharmacist and he started walking around naked. He's telling you, he was so traumatized by the hurricane. You know what I'm saying? And there's only about 4 people died in all that disaster. About 4 or 5 people died. And it always brings me back to something you was just talking with a brother just now, and it's about I read it in the thing of Job, in the book of Job, where the devil was challenging God about this man and this man, why God blessed him and so forth. And the message was given to him, okay, since you think that it's because I'm blessing him, I give you, I give you thing over him. You can go and do to him what you like. And but only thing is, don't. You can do anything to him, but don't take his soul. Don't kill him. You can't kill him. You're not given that permission to kill him. But you can do anything else to him. And I'm saying to myself, you know what? I reckon a similar message went out concerning the island of Montserrat at the time, because only about 5 people died. And when my cousin tell me, look, I had to, my whole roof gone, everything gone. And I had to go in the kitchen cupboard
Well,
for shelter. Right?
you see that? You see that? In the kitchen cupboard, you know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, let me tell you something, right? There's a lot of us, right? All we know about is wind blowing outside window, right? That's all we know about. And we say, oh, isn't it terrible? But listen, let me tell you something. When nature have its time to come, right? If it's not the wind, it's gonna be the flooding, the
Earthquake or the
flash
flood.
flooding, earthquake. Yeah. When you really experience them things there, or you've been to a place, right, that you just look around and you think, oh my word. And then they tell you, right? Literally, within 5 minutes, the whole place just dropped down, right? I tell you where I experienced that, right? Because I haven't been to the Caribbean in any hurricane or anything. It's a two-edged sword that I want to tell you about this one. I was working in Turkey, right? And one of the projects that we was doing, they had built this new plant, right? A whole new factory to build a new transit van, right? So all production was going to go to Turkey, right? And then we're there, we come down there, and they shipped us, and it was about an hour and a half drive from Istanbul. They never let us stay near where the plant was. They put us up in the hotels in Istanbul and drove us every day back and forth, right? And then we was talking with the people who was there, and they lived in the area, and they were working down there. And after about a month, we hear them. I forgot the phrase what they used, but basically what they were saying, it was the graveyard, right? And we said, what?
Yeah.
Why you call it the graveyard, right? And if you're not familiar with different areas, you wouldn't know, right? But what they said, that was the place where they had the worst earthquake that Turkey has ever experienced, right? And they said that it was only, I think it was like 10% of the residents in that area actually survived, right? 10% of the
Yeah.
residents in that area. That's why they call it the graveyard. Yeah. And they said what they will find is that people who don't live in Turkey are the only ones who will go there and work. Right? So
Really.
you had all these other foreign people come there, and then they're coming there to work and apply for jobs and everything. Yeah. But the Turkish people said, no, we're not working there because that is a graveyard. Yeah. But like the way how they this, and then when you start to look around and you see blood fire, right? All these places, the whole place, the whole area was totally and absolutely devastated. They had these brand new apartments and nobody was living in there, right? Because that's how they respect. That is how they respect them. They're dead. Yeah. When they drive past, when they drive past their graveyard, they turn off our radio and everything, and nobody speaks. Yeah. This is how that's how they respect.
Yeah,
They're
because
dead. You know.
well, as I said to you, I mean that thing taught me, because as I said, I went around the island after the devastation, and I said hardly any roof was standing
Possible.
still.
Yes. Right.
As I said, because the time I had a girlfriend at the time, and there. and she was a Jehovah's Witness. So I went to the place with her one day, and when I went back, the only thing standing was the basic floor. The whole everything else disappeared.
Gone.
Right?
Yeah.
Disappeared. You know? I mean, I had a little mini because I always used to have my own, own car, you know. I mean, I had a little mini down there when I go back because I used to go back to a regular, so I had something to run around. And they tell me, the family tell me, boy, this is the thing that was running people around, you know. And I went to another man's place and he had a car in the garage. The whole garage is gone. And nothing happened to the car.
So
you know, when you see these phenomena, you have to ask yourself questions.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Right? The car is inside the garage. The whole garage disappeared and nothing happened to the car. You know?
Yeah.
I don't understand the hurricane debris are flying around, you know. So when you see those things, you have to ask yourself questions.
One of the things, you know, you have to realize, you know, right? As I say, the powers of when this world wake up and start speak to you. I'm gonna say it like that as well. When this world starts speak to you, you better listen. You better listen. Yeah. Japan I get a lick right now. Right? And shake him up and wake him up. Yeah? And shake him up and wake him up. I'm telling you.
Well, that's what I'm saying to you. You know, that little island taught me something because, as I said, this hurricane happened in I think it was 1988, 88, something like that. And 7 years later, then you had the volcano, right? The people rebuild because, as I said to you, and Galactic I can witness all these things, confirm all these things that I'm saying to you because he's from the island. Because we had skilled builders and these people rebuild very quickly, right? And 7 years later, they were hit by a volcano. Again, about 6 people lost their lives in that volcano, right? And about 2/3 of the island uninhabited. Okay? Until now, this is nearly what? Nearly almost 30 years since 1995 until now. Okay? 2/3 of the island uninhabitable. Now, as I said, one of the things that my auntie told me about that hurricane, I mean, she said, you know, that year, we couldn't understand it. There was something happening around the early part of the year because this happened in the middle of the year. And she said, the trees were, you know, like the mango tree beer. But he said, we see mango beer like never before. You understand? You know, the fruit that bear fruit, at that time of the year, they bear fruits like never before. They're ripe and then they hang again. You know? Again, that is a sign telling you. You see, the sign was there, but how many people would have read the sign?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Right? Yeah? Because how often does it happen that your trees hang in fruit so much in abundance and then, you know, in the same year still again, the second time? How often does that happen? You know? And that, you know, as I said, you know, when I think back of all of those things, as I said, all these things are lessons for me. I try to learn from these things. You know,
listen.
I try to learn from these things.
When you're in tune with them things there, right? Like you would go to a different place and a different land, right? And then, you know, you take that time to just see what go on. Like if you see the birds, them, you know, that them basically like them happy, right? Them a fly about and do what them a do, right? And you see our dog at a stroll. He's not running nowhere. He's just a stroll up and down the street. Yeah, right. You see goat are go around and yam up everything. You know, no problem or anything like this. Cat has sit down, lie down and look on you, and all them things there, right? Children playing, and you know, and them make up their noise and things so, right? And you just look around and you know, say, you know, peace and harmony, right? But if you go to a place and you just say, boy, me not hear nothing, you know, me not hear no bird or sing or anything, and I can't see no animal or walk around or anything like that. Heed the warning. Heed the warning. Get your back foot out of that place there. Yeah? Take cover. Take cover. You understand? You can even smell it. Sometimes you can smell it in the ear. You can smell it in the ear. You know? When you get that heavy earth smell. Yeah? You can smell it in the ear. You know? You just say, you know something? Why? This whatever is happening here, boy, the energy is not right. Yeah? You could even feel women can feel it in themselves. They may become like cantankerous or something, argumentative, and all them things there. You know, we have to be very much aware of these type of things while going. Yeah.
Well, this is what you were talking about yesterday. I mean, about being aware of your surroundings, being aware of things that's happening around you. You know.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for understanding what we are talking about. Right? And I'm not saying these things to confuse anybody.
As I said to you, you know, I mean, as I said, things come to me and I'm very quick to click on certain things. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, why is this so like this? Why is it like that? You know what I'm saying? Many people just pass it by as just another phenomenon, just a different. No, it's not. There's something. As I said to you, look, I mean, one of the times I've been so frightened in my life. I'm telling you. Okay. The Kilimanjaro area, Kilimanjaro in Tanzania, one of the, because it's very high up, the area is very green, always green, you know, up in Arusha, that area is always green. And one year there was a drought. And I came to Kilimanjaro airport. And when I came to the airport, it was so dry, you can't see no grass. And I see goats eating, and these goats are eating, like they're eating. I'm saying, wait a minute, I can't see what you're eating. I can't see the grass that they're supposed to be eating because it was so dry. But they mumbling with them. I'm saying, and that terrified me because I'm saying, boy, do we understand the situation? Here you have food and everything, and all of a sudden one day it could not be there. It could be just, you understand what I'm saying? It could just not be there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, could you imagine that? You know, I mean, we haven't lived under these conditions, but when we, you know, famine and things like that. But imagine, hey, man, we have food. And then the next day you can't get any food, can't get any water, you can't get... you understand what I'm saying? You know, as you rightly say, we haven't lived under those sort of things in England, so we don't...
A lot of us are not aware.
We don't
of these
understand.
Things. Yeah, a lot of us are... You know when they say that a lamb is to the slaughter, right? Because I'm gonna tell you that one thing that I did experience, and it was a few years ago, right? A person I was seeing at the time, right? The neighbor's cat had the kittens in the back garden, right? We tell the neighbor said that the cat have the kitten in the back garden, and then like they said, oh well, boy, we have 3 cats in there already. When we call the animal people to come and take them, and I said leave them for now, until they get a bit bigger, and then you can take them. Yeah, right. Let me tell you something now. Now, if you look into the garden, right, it's like a sheer wall, and there was only one way that they could come in, was to climb this tree and then leap from the tree onto the roof of the next wall to actually get out of the garden, right? So every now and then, we go past and we see the kitten, them will get bigger and bigger. Them will wobble around and then and next minute them will run up and down and everything, and then they get a little bit bigger. This is within about 4 weeks, right? And then one morning I'm there, and when I say this little kitten, I climb tree, and then him just leap out from the tree to the wall. I say, Rockstone, look on this now, right? I would never believe, said that a cat or a kitten could be so agile, so quick, right? Because usually, when you have them little flair for a thing about them, them can't even walk properly on floor and all that. This thing, because we just left it out there, the mother teach it already. Say, yo, we have to go find food now, right? And they just adapt so quick, right? I say,
well, something I was looking at again, in the same thing as you talk about the cat family, the lion. Okay,
exactly same thing.
The lioness will have these 3 cubs, and she's going to hunt. She put them in a little grass. She finds some place where she thinks that they're going to be safe, right? Hide here. Now those 3 kittens, they sit there waiting, because we don't understand their language. We don't know what is it that the mother said to them. You have to stay here.
That's right.
Be quiet. You know what I mean? And don't go away from here.
Don't say nothing. Yeah.
And they stay there like that until the mother come back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But we put a little child here and we say, oh, sit down there. Him want to get up, you want him to go and do something. You understand what I'm saying? Right? How many years you have to tell him, don't move from there, go there. But straight way, you understand what I'm saying? Right? The fight you have to get him to sit there. And here, look at, I don't know if you ever seen it, but I'm looking and saying, what is it about these young kittens? What is it that they understand? That they mustn't move from that spot there that their mother put them in.
The language barrier is a lot quicker. They learn it a lot quicker than what we as humans do as well, right? I think the only thing where let me see. I think there's only 2 other species on this planet that the child stays with the parent for such a long period, right? I think it's the whale and also the elephant.
Elephant, yeah.
They're the only ones that the child will stay with the parent for such a long time. Yeah? All the rest within a year, they're gone off and being independent.
Independent, yeah.
So so even in that way there, you wonder, oh yeah, you're right. Oh, we so backwards, so one to it.
These are things that we have to look at and look at our world and try to understand, how these great things that is taking place among us. What is it? What is the intelligence that we think that they don't have intelligence? But they're very intelligent. I mean, the skills of how they hunt, you know, and they know, hey, I have to go for the throat. I can't, it's no good me going for the leg. It's no good. I have to go for the throat. If I go for the throat, that's where I can stifle it.
That's right.
That they've learned and they pass it on generation after generation after generation. You know what I'm saying? And as I said, we're the only one who really have gone away from the things that we are, like, because as I said, we have free will. We have free will of thinking. So when somebody tells us, or look like this, we have a mindset, me can go around the corner, so instead of coming this way, you know what I'm saying? You know? And it doesn't mean that it's always right, and sometimes it doesn't mean that it's always wrong either. But we have that ability to make those judgments. You see what I'm saying? You know?
One of the things also, what I have to say, right, is that we as humans, right, and this is one thing I've always admired traveling around the world as well, right, is that you will see the abilities of a young person to communicate, right? We here in the UK, we are extremely lazy. I'm going to say we're extremely lazy when it comes to communication, right? This is why I'm pushing this, that we need to learn these languages. We need to learn the African language in them with it, right? The reason why, because I could go there.
Well, not only that, but I think that also we hold our children back from learning.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hold them back from learning.
We do. No. One of the things. What I know, I could go up to any 10 years old, or anything like that, anywhere around the world in the Africas and in the Europes, and I would say the majority of them would know at least 3 or 4 languages of communication, right? Or they would be able to interpret or translate between 2 or 3 different languages. Yeah, whether they be local dialects or anything like this, but they would be able to do 2 or 3 different languages, right? Whether it's exposure or a necessity, right? But the fact is that they have been able to flourish in that way. We, as you say, rightly say, we here in the UK, we are so dumb and lazy, right, that we are the ones who have held ourselves and stunted our growth, our development. And then we go on and say, oh, well, our education, we're sounding just like the Europeans in some cases. Our education is the best in the world, and if you don't go to this school or that type of education, or you don't have those qualifications, let me tell you something now, my brother. There's man who's building houses, right, providing for their families 10 times better than this little brock little I'm sitting on the corner outside a bookie shop, man. Right? They're providing more for their families than what Uno I do. Man, I will put it this way: man is chasing down giraffe to go feed him family to Rockstone. Right? When they catch that giraffe, they feed their family for all 6 months, 7 months, and feed half the community with that. Yeah.
Well, I tell you something, okay? In '95, I was traveling from Dar es Salaam to Kenya. And as we get up into Maasai country, when we cross the border of Tanzania, going into thing, and it was getting, it's just coming to dusk, where it was just coming towards darkness, right? And I see this young Maasai guy child, young kid, maybe about maybe 10 to 12, 13, something like that, maybe. And he has a group of cattle with him, a herd of cattle, and he's driving into the bush.
Exactly.
He's driving into the bush. Now there's lions and all these other animals out there, that thing. And he's there by himself. I don't see no adults around him, right? And he's not driven by fear. He doesn't have fear in his mind. You know what I'm saying? And all he has is a little stick in his hand. Those Masais, they just walk around with a stick. And he's got a whole heap of cattle. That means he's in the position that, hey man, lion can come for him and whatever. You know what I mean? Because they want their animals. But I'm saying, this is the problem that we have, that many times up here we belittle our people. These people come down here and belittle our people of not being intelligent. You understand me? Right?
I would love to have one of them.
Yeah, go on.
I would love to have one of them. Yeah, me know this, and me a bad man, and I'll tell you something. I pick him up and put him down in the bush area and say, go on, let me see your body there now. Soon as the night come down, you're gonna hear him crying more than the animal there out there.
Exactly. Two animals that scream out. You see him. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Right? So as you were saying yesterday, we need to look at ourselves, look at our surroundings, and try to understand where we are. Because as I said to you, when that hurricane came, many people lost their homes. Some people just finished building their home, and then 7 years later, they were hit by a greater disaster, which is the volcano. People just finished building their homes, and the volcano will come and take it. I mean, they don't even get to live in it. You know what I'm saying? Right? And these are the things we have to look at. We think, oh man, no, life can change suddenly tomorrow, like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
Like that.
You know?
You understand me?
Just like that.
And we have to be very mindful. We always have to be very mindful, as you were pointing out yesterday. We always have to be very mindful. Because don't think that we're some super guy or whatever. Because I said, look, like myself right now, when I came in April, I could walk around and other things like that. Now, I'm on a stick walking. 6 months later. Yep.
Health. Listen, my brother. Health could change overnight. Overnight. Right? Because the one that one that we catch us out quite often, and for us mature people, this is one for our mature people. When your knee joint or your hip joint just give way, right? It just collapse from underneath. You say, what's going on here, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like you get a flat tire.
I'm telling you, all these plans you have, all these plans you have for tomorrow, all these plans you have for, all of a sudden it's gone out of the window.
Listen, I'm
just gone out of
as much as I like to look, and I like to be healthy. But some more time is more a struggle than what it look like, right? Because if you see me personally, right, you probably think, "Whoa, you look healthy and everything," but it takes work. It takes work, right? I have to dedicate at least a special time, right? And it's not every day. I'm not going to say I do it every day, but I take time to like go to the gym. You understand? To massage, right? Sauna, all them things there, right? Try to maintain what I have, yeah. But I know that there's many a person will wait until it broke before them do something about it. Yeah, and I see them. I see
Well,
them.
well, you know something. You know something. I'll put something to you. You see, one of the things that our prophet teaches. Okay, he said, "Live every day as if it's going to be your last day.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Live every day as if you're going to be living forever." You see the wisdom in that?
Yeah, yeah.
Live every day as if it's going to be your last day. That means your life is going to be this day is going to be your last day. But also live in the same token. Live. Hey man, I'm going to be here for the next 50, 100 years.
Yep. Yeah. Plan for the future.
You see, plan for the future and also plan for the now.
Enjoy,
because it may be your last day. You may not be seeing your children tomorrow.
You know, like all this time of the year now, right? Everybody's reaching out and they're saying, oh, Happy New Year and everything like this. Let me tell you something now. You see how people are right now? I would say and I'm saying this genuinely, right? How people are right now is probably how I am all the time, all year round. Right? When I greet people, it's like me saying to them Happy New Year every day. Yeah?
Exactly.
You understand?
That's why I always say to people, I say, look, as I said to my mom, look, your son send you a card every birthday. I'm here with you every day. Right? And you see more value in that one day that he sends you a birthday card more than the value that I'm here with you every day. You see what I'm saying, right? I mean, because I don't give you birthday card, you want me to give you a birthday card, but I don't give birthday card because I'm giving you more than birthday card. I'm here with you when you need me. You understand me?
Yeah.
But birthday card is only saying, well, I still remember you're there. But when you need to go to the hospital, when you need to go to your shop, I'm here. You see what I'm saying, right? And that's what I'm saying. Many people come running after by the funeral. They never see this person for the last 5 years. Oh, the person is dead, so we're coming now.
As we call it,
you don't even pick up the phone and say hello, man.
As we call it, rundown deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. This is a mindset that many of our people need to change, right? Okay. I mean, don't wait to say sorry. Be with the person now. Do what you can for the person when the person can say thank you. Don't come when the person is gone. He can't appreciate what you've been doing. Be good to that person now, always. And one of the things I used to say as a child, right? Never have to say you're sorry. I had that thing in my mind, what I'm saying, as a child growing up, what I mean? I'm saying, I shouldn't have to be saying that I'm sorry. Why am I even to say I'm sorry? If I did what was right, then I wouldn't have to be saying sorry, would I? You follow what I'm saying, right? If I'm doing what is right towards you, I wouldn't have to be apologizing or saying sorry to you.
You see that?
Because I would have studied before I make that mistake or whatever I do. Before I have to saying sorry to you.
You know something, right? One of the things that I learned with with our language as well, right? Here, especially here in the UK. Have you noticed when somebody walk into you, right? Our instinctive thing is to say, "Oh, sorry," right? Right. So we say sorry to them, even though they walked into us, and right. And you know what that was? You know where that came from? You know where that came from, right? Is where like people of a lower class, right? They were taught to be subservient to others. right?
Mm-hmm.
And instinct, and we say, oh, it's good manners. It's good manners. Why don't you show good manners and things like that? And I'm going to tell you now, right? As they would put it, those like upper to middle class, them people there, they will walk straight through you and over you without even batting an eyelid, right?
Exactly.
This is why it doesn't surprise me when I see people like Boris Johnson, for instance, his behavior and attitude towards people, right? It does not surprise me. It does not surprise me at all, right? And that is their instinctive behavior, right? The bully boy tactic. The women are even worse. The women are even worse than the man them. Yeah. But it's never addressed at all, right? The only time that people will pull up, the only time that somebody will pull up on it, and the thing is that when they are pulled up on it in public, who's the one who says, "Oh, I think that they're going over the top, or I think they're making too much of it." And what it is, who's the ones who's protecting that? It's the ones who are off that that level of stature, yeah, because they would expect somebody to be subservient to them. So why are you making a noise? Why are you making a noise about it? When I'll tell you another thing, you're all right then. When you're walking on the street and somebody just walk into your path or cross your path while you're walking, right? Without even looking. Yeah. The amount of times the amount of times I would have to adjust my step or my direction of walking because people are just walking straight into my path. Right? Right? Because imagine now you walking in a straight line. How many of you can actually walk in a straight line, straight through, without you adjusting your line and direction? It's very, very, very rare. Right?
It's very rare, very rare, very rare.
Right?
Right?
But the fact is that people will just walk straight across you like you don't even exist.
You don't exist. I mean, I'm saying I'm hobbling down in the airport, and then all of a sudden the guy just walked past and stopping right in my path.
Exactly.
I'm saying, but you could see me coming. Didn't you see me coming?
Exactly.
Exactly. But you never pay any attention to that at all.
Right.
So now I have to adjust myself around him.
Exactly. And this is the mentality of others. Be aware. Be aware. Be aware. You understand? It's like right? You're an experienced driver, and I would say a professional, experienced driver, right? More than just the average man who just going to work and coming home, right? More than that, yeah. So therefore, you could go out there and see and anticipate some foolishness what somebody's going to be doing before the average driver would see that. Yeah.
Well, I was pushed into that because the first test, I only failed my driving test once. And what was that about? Anticipating other because it was a bit, and I couldn't figure what is this guy doing? And and it's not my fault, but the guy is messing, and what they failed me on that. I should have anticipated what the man is doing. And so, as you rightly say, that has garnered me from since then to be more aware.
Right?
You understand? Yeah. So you're right with just what you said there. You have to be anticipating. So even when I'm teaching others, because nearly everybody my family I teach to drive, they all pass the test first time. Because as you say, right, because the skills that I have learned, I have passed that on to them. So because what the person tell me, I pay attention to that. And even when I did my driving, even when I do my driving for my taxis, many people they come back, oh boy, we have to do. I never had to do half of that because what the man tell me that the man is looking for is that what I give him. So even before I even complete the drive, he could say, well, hey, man, I don't need to be taking this guy for the full test because I've already seen him doing all the action that he's supposed to be doing.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly. And it only, you know what, one of the things I like, even with my children when they were driving, right? Let me tell you something now straight. I'm a terrible passenger. I'm a terrible passenger. I'm driving and I will tell you how to drive and everything if I'm allowed to, right? But I learned how to quail myself now, right? And I said one thing I say, yo, let me tell you something. When you stop, make sure you can see the back wheels of the person in front of you, right? And more time, I get the kiss teeth and all them things there, right? And then there will be the occasion of where, they have to maneuver, and it goes, oh, I have to wait for them to move forward. I goes, yeah, but if you could see the wheels in front of you, you could just turn out and you can just move off,
Exactly.
Right? I goes, keep your distance. Make sure that if he had to stop, you could stop even quicker than him.
Yeah.
Right? And they said, what? I said, don't tailgate. Don't push up behind somebody so that you can't make a move. Yeah. But they find it exciting. They think it is exciting until that one time. Yeah.
One time, exactly. Yeah.
They think it's exciting.
I understand what you're saying, my brother, because it's that sort of thing. But again, at the beginning of your show, I think I don't know whether you was paying something because the internet was giving problem here, or whether thing. But the point is that the person was pointing out about God, this God business that we are gods and whatever. And basically, I'll tell you the reason why I have issues with that.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, God is supposed to be, in my understanding, is that God is the creator. It's a title that's given to the creator. But unfortunately, it seems like many of us try to use that word God as human beings as God. And the fact is, we cannot do what the creator can do. We cannot create, we cannot create anything like what the creator can do, right? And, so I have issues with this idea. I'm a human being. I'm a human being like anybody else. And if we all try to understand that we're human beings, we will die. We wouldn't want to be acting like we're gods. We wouldn't be giving ourselves the title of Lord. Hey, I'm Lord, so therefore, when you see me, you must respect me. You understand what I'm saying, right? No, you're a human being. You sit down and you go to the bathroom just like I do. Why should I be talking down to you? You see? You know what I'm saying, right? Now,
let me just break down a little piece for you, right? This is all, and I'm going to make a statement now, right, which is of my own thinking, my own fruition, right, and everything else. One without the other. The yin and the yang, the energies, the positive and the negative energies. In our case, our positive and negative energies are the male and the female, right? Every creature, apart from a few, right? Every creature on this planet has a positive and negative energy, right? By bringing them both together, you are able to procreate, right? And when I say every creature, every species, plants as well, right? Male and negative, right? The planet itself relies on the various types of interaction with the minerals, the elements and everything like this for it to procreate itself. Right? Now, imagine now, and this is only of my mind and thinking. Supposing now the entity or this energy of creation, right, said, you know what? it'd be too powerful for one species to be able to do exactly what we could do. So let's split this. Let's split this thing, yasa, right? And then we have two elements that have to come together to make the one. But it can't make the one as we are. It only can do what it can do, like the male and the female. Right? Can you imagine that now? Right? Let's say, so we basically, to be of that godlike element, you have to be with the other, the positive and negative. Yeah. Even in our thoughts, our actions, our deeds, right? It has to be of a positive nature for us to even progress, right? To exist. Yeah. Because as we know, as those who operate on the negative element usually ends up with death and destruction. Yeah. So
Well, most certainly, I agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, okay, right? Okay, is this right? Um, again, I keep looking at myself. I'm here for X amount of time on this earth. I don't see myself any different from you or anybody else. Okay, I'm here. I feel pain. I feel sorrow. You know, things happen to me. I can't, my body gets hurt and I can feel the pain. Right? I have to wait until somebody make either medicine or show me to go and take some bush or something that might help me to ease the pain or something like that. I don't. If I'm the creator, I would have already known all of these things. I would not have to depending on somebody else to hold my hand, to carry me, to show me what bush I need, what this I would not have to need that.
Come on now. Come on now. Hold on. Let me just pause you on that again. The only reason why you feel that you cannot do that is because you haven't been exposed to the necessity of doing those type of things. Right? If you was living within the environment of where you would need to do that, in other words, you didn't have anything else or someone else to rely on, you would have developed the knowledge and the understanding of Mother Nature's medicines. Yeah, you would have developed that. Yeah.
But again, as I said, the fact is, as I said, we are limited to certain things that we can do. Although we may have the same brains inside of us, some of us, I mean, as they say, sometimes we only use maybe 5% of our brains. The rest of the 95% we don't actually use. Because I mean, let's put it this way: your whole life, your brain is like a computer. Everything that you have done is stored in there. Every movement, every make you've done. But how often can we recall? Like you go back in your computer or you want to, boop, 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 and it's recalled 50 years ago, bam, 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 whatever. How often your brains can go back and recall all of those information, right? Sometimes you see a person going along and all of a sudden, bang, something hit his head. And next thing, hey, man, this man start calling on things that he never talk about, that's been going on. You understand what I'm saying? It's there. It hasn't gone. Those information has not gone anyway.
Because you haven't tapped into it. Let me tell you, there's a technique that I learned, right? There's a technique I learned, right? And it's called photo reading. And what it does, it reads through the subconscious, right? And what happens is that you go through a process of where you would tap into the subconscious on a regular basis. And each time you do this, and the more regular you do it, it's easier to go into that library of the subconscious. Yeah, it's like somebody. It's like somebody who can basically look at a picture, because I've had that ability for a very long time, right? I could look at a picture or see someone's face, or mainly pictures at the time, right? And then I would be able to see that picture like 5, 10 years down the line, and I say, I remember that, I know that picture, and I probably could give you a brief description of where I saw it, and whatever. Because like I'll tell you what happened one time, and I'll give an example of what happened. There's a friend of mine who I used to work with, and he's one of these man them who have tattoos all over his body, right? So he went away on vacation, and he come back and he goes, "Oh, I got a new tattoo," right? So when I look on this thing here, I used to have comic books, right, when I was a young boy, and I looked at this tattoo, and I said, I know that character, and what he did, he took the body of the character and put a different head on it. He put the his wife picture, a photo of his wife on top of the head of this character, right? And then when I said to him, "Oh yeah, I remember," I goes, "That's a certain comic," and he said, "That's your wife," and he looked at me and he goes, "How you know that?" And I goes, I just know, you know. But I have I've had that ability for a very long time, right? And then
and it's no doubt that many people have these gifts, and I
that's
don't know
right.
if you remember.
That's right. But
Many years ago.
But the thing is, yeah. But the thing is, my brother,
Yeah.
you have to learn and practice tapping into that library on a regular basis. Yeah, because we are a person, we are people, and we are of a creature of a nature that no matter where we go, we are taking in information continuously, right?
Continuously,
It's like,
every day that everything you see, everything you hear,
mhm,
it's in there. It hasn't gone anywhere.
that's right,
It's stored in that computer, right inside your head.
that's
You
right.
know what I mean? And I remember many years ago there was in fact, it was a young black man, and they said he had this talent, right? They fly him in a plane or helicopter across London, and when he come back, he can draw. I don't know if you remember that, and he can draw the whole thing.
He suffers from autism.
You know.
He suffered from
He
autism.
could draw. He could draw the. Hey, wait a minute, this big London. You just fly across, and all of a sudden you come back, and you can draw this. This is there. That is there. St. Paul's is there. This Big Ben is there, and and put everything in its place. Just at one time.
Yeah.
Not hundreds of times. Just at one time. You could do that. So so we are amazing.
That's exactly what that is what a photographic memory can be, exactly like that. I met a friend, right? And she had the same ability of that. Anything that she read right across, she could repeat it word for word, everything that she read in her whole lifetime. Right? She would be, I remember, I recall she was doing a paper, right? And then she goes, "Oh, I'm having problems with this thing." He goes, I don't really want to do it, And I said, what is it about? She goes, "Oh, it's about slavery." I go, "So what are you going to write? How are you going to write it then?" She goes, "Well, I'm going to go and get some books on like slavery in Africa and America and all that type of thing." And I said to her, "Why would you do that?" She was from Ireland, yeah. I said, "Why would you do that?" And she goes, "Well, that's what slavery is about." I goes, "Wait a minute." I goes, "So you Irish, you never went through slavery then?" And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I said, "What happened with the potato famine? I go, what happened up before that in Ireland?
Yeah.
And she went, you know what? I wrote a paper on that when I was about 8. Yeah. And she went,
Yeah.
she went, right?
Mm.
And she said that she wrote up the paper for the college there, right, or the university. And she said that they invited her to come and read it out in front of everybody, right? And she goes, that this is something that I wrote when I was 8 years old. And she got
Yeah.
she got like 8-star, A-star or whatever for this thing here. And I said,
Yeah.
I goes, and I look at her and I said, you wrote that when you was 8. And I said, boy, I go, you're more talented than anything. you yeah. But that is the powers.
Yeah.
That is the powers. That is the powers and the ability. And this is why I always emphasize, right, that we unfortunately, and as you rightly said earlier on this morning here, right, that we are the ones that are holding our children back from the level of achievement in their education, right? Because in my opinion, our expectations of them, right, are way too low. And I pointed out already, at the age of 15 to 18, they're supposed to be at degree level. They should be operating at degree level, in my opinion. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be at that level.
Well, like I said, that is what happened when many children came here from to England from the Caribbean, and the newspapers were washed with it. All these children come over from Montserrat. I mean, a 13-year-old child is equal to, a 80-year-old child coming from Montserrat is equal to a 13-year-old child in England in education. You see what I'm saying? You know, and people don't realize that's the level of education that many of our children have in the Caribbean. By the time they reach standard 7, they're already ready for university.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just that maybe because sometimes they don't have that funds or whatever it is to carry them onto that level. But if they had the same exposure, most of them, in fact, I remember when that happened, many of our people from Montserrat, they came here because the opportunity in UK, many of them now have the opportunity to access university, and many of them went and got their higher education level because it was free. You see, I mean, they didn't have to pay for it like they did have to pay back home. You see, you know. And nearly all my cousins who came over here, they all went to university. Some of them in very high positions until today. You know. So and as you know, Barbados has got one of the highest level of education in the Caribbean. I mean, this is 99 point literacy rate is 99.6.7, something like that. You know. So this is the reason why when they needed people for the war, after the war, that's why they were sent to the Caribbean, because they knew that we had a very high level of education, where many of our people came over and started running operations in the buses and all these other places that they excelled into the matron in the hospitals and all these things. So as you already say, we shouldn't put ourselves down in the context of the level of education that we have. I mean, they try to make out, but the point is that if we're given the same opportunities, the same exposure, because I'm telling you, I came down to Africa, and I see guys who cannot speak English, and they have to do their degrees in English.
Yep. Yeah,
a language that they cannot speak. They cannot speak it even today, but they have to pass their thing. You know what I mean? They cannot. If you try to have a conversation with them in English, they can't. But the documents that they passed their exams in was English.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that those people are fool. You understand, right? You know. So yeah. I mean, I beg to differ with anybody who think that our people they have great knowledge, very great knowledge, and as I think it was Quaco was reading out last week about the guy who haven't even been to university and he's now developed one of the biggest technology in the world of enhancing the radio waves to run television and helicopters and things like that.
Right. That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And the guy hasn't even been to university.
Mm-hmm.
He has none of those degrees.
You see all them type of thing there. Because oh boy, anyhow, listen, we could go back and forth. We could go back and forth all day with this type of thing, right? What are the things that, what are the things that one of the things that I would love to say as well, right? Is that we, right, even though some of us are going into this mature age, I would say mature age, right? We need to keep our brains and our bodies active. Read continuously for 1 hour a day. Read continuously for 1 hour a day. And what you read, share.
Most certainly.
Right?
Most certainly.
Because I'm going to tell you now, there's a lot of us who will read information and whatever, but we don't talk about it. We don't share what we've read. Right? And what that does, with you actually verbalizing it out and explaining what you've learned, right, instills and imprints it within yourself, right? Hence, just like what you're saying, things that you used to know about, probably that you had a skill on, right? And I wanted to point out one thing on that. I'll come back to it in a second. When we verbalize those things, right, we know where we can go re-tap into that again in our subconscious, right? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you one brief. I got another call. I just want to say this little piece here. I know a person who come from Brazil, right? Cristiana was her name, right? And she came from Brazil, could hardly speak English, and she came here, and she got married to an Englishman, right? And then her sister came up here, right, as well. And they came from a reasonably affluent family in Brazil, okay? So therefore they had like private education and everything else. Did you know, within 5 years of her being in the UK, she was fumbling to translate from English to her own native tongue of Brazil. She goes, "Oh, I've forgotten how to say that now." Right? And I looked at her. Go, what do you mean you forgot? You've forgotten how to speak your own language? And she goes, it's because I'm speaking English so much that I can't. I find it difficult to separate the both. And I said, you know what you need to do? You need to go home. You need to go home to Brazil for 6 months and reacquaint yourself with who you are.
Most certainly.
You know?
Most certainly.
Yeah.
Most certainly.
Yeah. So I've seen it. Allow me to bring in the caller. Brother Julius, Grand Risings, my brother.
Yes, Grand Rising to you, brother Aspen, and to brother Accra. Yeah. Yes, brother Accra. Yes, brother Akram is enjoying the sunshine now, the good beach, and all these things. Them now,
don't listen. Stop. Rub up the man back. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, this is why really when I look into it, I said, talking is vital and it's a very good thing. It brings out certain things and what. You see, like all them other radio stations like ABC and everything. I mean, they just talk, different presenter come with what, talk, but they're building up out of that talk and all this sort of thing. So one thing actually I had when Brother Akram is talking about the education system. And I look at that as well. I say, well, look, this round can be a solution kind of thinking. You see, because no child or no one should be deprived of education. But what I'm thinking about, you see, when we talk about Pan-Africanism and all these sort of things there, we have to develop what we call a curriculum, a strategy, and everything. I mean, we get young men, young boys, young men, young girls, them here in this country, as well, as long as it's in the America. If they want to move the African people, them and all these sort of things, right? Wherever Africans are, but Mama Africa, let them take the idea and so on. We develop a curriculum them different where we meet the state government and whatever it is. Say, look, this is the educational curriculum things. We get students, we get people there who are coming to be the teacher and all these sort of things. We can set up all these sort of things there because you see, you got people them who will know, just like you, Brother Aspen, know the line of the engineering and all these sort of things, them the electrical, where it's gonna be step by step, right? And so on. You get people them as well who knows well what you can create to get this and that, because like the last time there was Ebola in Sierra Leone, people were talking about nano something we they have to use and the alkaline and everything. You understand? All these are education and something which get a formula which people can pass to one another. So I think we have to develop that curriculum where we can, I mean, as we're saying, really, we get these people who can think, who can work, but you just need the people who can knock in them, who can bring certain things them into idea.
Right.
And we can create even jobs them out of this education.
We listen, not only the jobs, right, but our own society, our own system. Yeah, we need. When I look, that's another level of conversation. You see, you're gonna drag me into something else now, right? That's another level of conversation, right? But let's leave it for another. Let's leave that one for another time, because that's another depth of conversation. You hear me? That's another depth of conversation. Listen, I'm coming to the top of the hour, gentlemen. Right? I'm coming to the top of the hour. Right? Let me see, brother Akram. Last words. What you can give to me now?
Yeah, well, as I said, our situation is that we must be transparent and always trying to learn as much as we can, and also teach others. As you rightly say, it's not just holding. And as you point out, if you teach others, the chances are, because you have taught somebody, it's easy for you to go back and remember. Oh yeah, you know what I said so and so to this person, because it's there in your memory, because you put it aside. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you in that aspect. That by doing so, by teaching others what you have, in conversation or whatever, it's easy for you to go back and recall it. You know what I mean? Because you have put it out there somewhere. And that would remain in your thing, rather than if you just kept it for yourself. You probably don't even remember. It's very difficult to probably go back and recap on it. So yes, I mean, I do agree with you on that. And
practice.
Thanks for
practice. Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for the conversation this morning. And
all right, you have a beautiful day, yeah.
Yeah, and yourself likewise. Thank you.
All right then, brother Julius.
Yes, my brother. I mean, all I will end it up on saying, I just think that we have to develop because there are so many ways of teaching where we have like what you call technical institute, right? I mean, you don't have to be qualified, but maybe you can go and tell me and show me how to put red and white and blue wire to certain circuit or whatever it is to get a light. That is people can develop all this kind of workmanship and so on. But just need the people who can go pioneer it and develop and meet some of these things so that you see this is how we're going to be running faster and faster. Because this is what Galaxy is all about. It's like each one teaches one and everything. And time is against us that we want to be moving our idea, our know-how, and all these sort of things them to one another, pass it on to one another as well. So anyway, my brother's friend, let me leave it there.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Rise up to your other, what can I say, Sister Sandra?
Yeah, Sister Sandra. Yeah. And you know what? Unfortunately, my communication to contact her, right, had broken down this morning. I don't know why, but it just wouldn't connect properly. So anyhow, we look forward to see if she come with us on Monday.
Well, make her know that out of sight is not out of mind.
I'm sure she hear that one there.
You know what I mean? Out of sight doesn't mean out of mind.
Yeah, man.
Rise up, my family. Rise up.
Okay, then. Right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on the Galaxy of ForWe.net Grand Rising program. And don't forget our language session, so let me just outro with our language session. Right. Says thank you, Asante. Thank you very much. Asante Samna. No problem. Luno Atela. Respectfully. Wana Al Imisi. Excuse me. Samahai. I'd be delighted. Nekakapo. Can I please help you? Ahafe instead. Please. Afeheda. Perhaps. Nada. You are welcome. Kabari. Sorry. Cool. Slowly. Hold. Okay. Saba. Welcome. Ufana there. Respect. Ishena. Let's respect each other. Tabahashari. My goodness. Jamari. All right. We're getting there. Next up, we'll be Dr. Oliver. Right over there. Where him there around the world now. I don't know him there, I don't know where him there around the world, but he's going to be coming in and tuning in with us very soon. Right? Until we meet again, may your day be peaceful. Be peaceful with everybody. Where we there now? You see you. Yeah, I tell you, you firing me. You really rocking me up today, man. I'm tell you. I tell you. This thing here, you see. This thing here, you see. What that thing? Here we go. Until we meet again.
Yeah, the king, forever. Yeah. Everything that we sing and do and shouting. Oh, like the poem, Blaze it up. I'm burn some frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh, burning sweet like frankincense and myrrh. The warriors follow behind the lion and Judah, them have a lion fur. Be frankincense, clearing your tent, be like myrrh, burning like the frankincense and myrrh. The frankincense, clearing your tent, be like myrrh. Warriors follow behind the lion and Judah, them have a lion fur. Mean Frank, you have to be clear to really make sense. Check the word frankincense, I say be frankincense. Don't be cloud incense, proud incense, I say be humble incense. He that keepeth silla, become master of his intent, master of his sense, no outer sense. Incense like the sweet frankincense, like it you must emit sweet scent, it with in depth, in height, in length, purify the atmosphere. Like the golden ancient aromatherapy tetrahydroc and the Bible keep you high incense, boy. Burning frankincense and myrrh, burning like the frankincense and myrrh. Be frankincense, clear your sense, sweet like myrrh. Warriors follow behind the lion and Judah have a lion. Frankincense and myrrh. Outside my window is a big tambrand tree. I take 2 leaves off and make some nice tambrand tea. Some frankincense, frankincense and myrrh. Give me the sense in me that me round about. God with the last misty in a jar, frankincense and myrrh. I'd rather be frankincense and myrrh. Clear with my thoughts, humble in the Almighty Jah. Give me strength, keep me whole in the fire. Till I say keep me right in sin. Don't keep me blind in sins no more. The greedy pull up a riches while they pour it out alone. I'd rather be clearing just sense that have no sense at all, but just to keep me right in sense. With the sweet frankincense and myrrh. As the flesh is in his arrow, shaman in his thought in the presence of the Lord. Sitting in the chamber, clear and focused, surrounded by frankincense. Surrounded by the frankincense and myrrh, burning sweet like the frankincense and myrrh. The warriors follow behind the lion and Judah, them have a lion fur. Be frankincense, clearing your tent, sweet like myrrh, burning like the frankincense and myrrh, burning sweet like the frankincense and myrrh. The warriors follow behind the lion and Judah, them have a lion. Be frankincense, clearing your tent, sweet like myrrh, burning like the frankincense and myrrh.